George Orwell's Animal Farm is a satirical allegory that critiques totalitarian regimes and the corruption of ideals. Among the novel's cast of characters, Squealer stands out as a pivotal figure in perpetuating the pig's authoritarian rule. As Napoleon's propagandist, Squealer's role is essential in manipulating the other animals and maintaining the illusion of a utopian society. Through his rhetorical skills, cunning manipulation of language, and exploitation of the animal's ignorance, Squealer embodies the dangers of propaganda and the erosion of truth in a totalitarian state. Role in the story. From the outset, Squealer is described as a persuasive and eloquent pig. Orwell introduces him as someone who could turn black into white, highlighting his ability to distort reality through rhetoric. This skill is crucial in consolidating Napoleon's power and justifying the increasingly oppressive actions of the pigs. Squealer's speeches are characterized by their emotional appeal, strategic use of fear, and selective presentation of facts. For instance, when the pigs begin consuming milk and apples, Squealer convinces the other animals that this privilege is necessary for the pigs' health. He argues that the pigs, as the brain workers, need proper nourishment to manage the farm, claiming that their well-being directly benefits all the animals. By framing the pigs' selfish actions as a sacrifice for the greater good, Squealer ensures compliance and stifles dissent. One of Squealer's most effective tactics is his use of fear to manipulate the animals. The threat of the return of Mr. Jones, the ousted human farmer, is a recurring theme in his speeches. Whenever the animals express doubt or question the pig's decisions, Squealer invokes this fear to silence opposition. For example, he warns that without the pig's leadership, Jones would return to reclaim the farm. This argument preys on the animals' collective trauma and ensures their loyalty to Napoleon, regardless of his increasingly tyrannical behavior. By positioning Napoleon as the only safeguard against a worse alternative, Squealer creates a climate of fear that discourages critical thinking and fosters blind obedience. In addition to fear, Squealer manipulates language to obscure the truth and reshape reality. Orwell demonstrates this through Squealer's revision of the Seven Commandments, the founding principles of animalism. As the pig's actions increasingly violate these commandments, Squealer subtly alters the text to align with their behavior. For instance, the commandment, "No animal shall drink alcohol," is modified to "No animal shall drink alcohol to excess," after the pigs indulge in drinking. These changes are made without the animal's knowledge, and Squealer's persuasive explanations ensure that any inconsistencies are overlooked. This manipulation of language reflects Orwell's broader critique of how totalitarian regimes rewrite history and truth to serve their agendas. Squealer's role as a propagandist also highlights the vulnerability of an uninformed and uneducated populace. The animals' lack of critical thinking skills and reliance on Squealer's explanations make them susceptible to manipulation. Boxer, the hard-working but naive horse, epitomizes this vulnerability with his personal maxims. "Napoleon is always right," and "I will work harder." Despite witnessing the pigs' corruption, Boxer's blind faith in their leadership prevents him from questioning the regime. Squealer exploits this trust to maintain control, illustrating how propaganda thrives in environments where education and independent thought are suppressed. Moreover, Squealer's ability to exploit the animal's emotions and trust underscores the moral degradation of the pig's leadership. While the pigs initially claim to represent equality and justice, Squealer's actions reveal their willingness to deceive and manipulate for personal gain. His justifications for Napoleon's actions often involve complex arguments that the animals struggle to understand, reinforcing their dependence on his explanations. This dynamic mirrors real-world instances where authoritarian regimes use propaganda to obscure their true intentions and maintain power. Broader implications. Squealer's role evolves alongside the pig's consolidation of power, reflecting the increasing sophistication of their propaganda. Early in the novel, his speeches focus on justifying the pig's privileges and decisions. As the story progresses, Squealer's tactics become more insidious, including outright lies and historical revisionism. One notable example is his explanation of the animals' dwindling food rations. Despite the worsening conditions, Squealer convinces the animals that they are better off than they were under Jones. He presents manipulated statistics and fabricates reports to create the illusion of progress, demonstrating the power of propaganda to distort reality and pacify dissent. Orwell's portrayal of Squealer serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of propaganda and the erosion of truth in society. Through Squealer, Orwell illustrates how language can be weaponized to manipulate and control. His ability to justify the pig's actions, rewrite history, and exploit the animal's fears highlights the mechanisms by which totalitarian regimes maintain power. Squealer's character also underscores the importance of education and critical thinking as safeguards against manipulation. The animal's inability to recognize or challenge his lies ultimately enables the pig's tyranny, emphasizing the need for vigilance in the face of propaganda. Conclusion. In conclusion, Squealer's role in Animal Farm is central to the novel's critique of totalitarianism and the corruption of ideals. Through his rhetorical prowess, manipulation of language, and exploitation of fear and ignorance, Squealer ensures the pig's dominance and the subjugation of the other animals. Orwell's depiction of Squealer serves as a powerful reminder of the dangers of propaganda and the importance of truth in safeguarding freedom and equality. By examining Squealer's actions and their impact, readers are encouraged to remain vigilant against the abuse of power and the distortion of reality in their societies.